Tom Kozlowski and Wolf, 104.5 The Team and 104.5theteam.com. Joining us on the phone line, she'll be fighting at UFC Fight Night Live this Sunday in Las Vegas. Prelims start at 7 on Fox Sports 1. Main card starts at 9. Jessica Evil Eye. Jessica, how's training been going so far for your fight this weekend?
It's been amazing. I mean, this has been one of the... I always tell my coaches I hate long 9-month layoffs, but this has been one of the best 9-month layoffs. I can't even begin to explain the atmosphere that I'm in and just the people I'm around, and it's been awesome. My weight is great. I feel like it's just a normal day. I really do. I feel like it's just another day at the office.
So give us a typical training day, Jessica. What does that entail, morning to night?
Well, it depends on the day. So if I was back at home, say, I would do some morning cardio and some core, and usually someone very special in my life, Jeff, we would pick a number. I'd say pick a number 1 through 20, and then we would go, okay, 7. So we'd do 700 core reps, run, and then we would go back in later on at night, and then we would spar, our team sparring. So I would go 4 to 6 rounds of either like kickboxing or boxing rounds. Then we'd go to conditioning post that. Then Friday morning, it would be another strength exercise, and maybe sometimes on Friday night some skill work, and then Saturday morning back in the gym again for light sparring, which is like movement-based. So really our schedule is set up that we have every day is different.
Joining us on the phone line, she'll be fighting this Sunday, UFC Fight Night, taking on Sarah McMahon inside the octagon, Jessica Evil Eye. Jessica, how did you get the nickname Evil Eye?
Man, it was crazy. It was right after my first fight. I just went out and destroyed the girl and just beat the crap out of her. And they were like, "What's up, Evil Eye?" And I would always give this I've always been kind of known to have a very expressive face. So when I give a dirty look, it's usually a really good dirty look. So I got this eyebrow thing going on, kind of like The Rock, but I pull it off better. So everyone kind of gave it to me. You know, they just started calling me Evil Eye, and it just kind of stuck. So, I mean, ever since my first fight, everybody's like, "What's up, Evil?"
How does that work for you in your dating life? Or are you married? I don't know what your situation is.
I'm not married, but I'm happily in an amazing relationship, and I really think that can test to my amazing off season and a good training camp going into this fight. I think that you need all of those things. You know, a happy life, makes for happy training and just makes it all come together.
See, if I was dating you, I would be afraid of you because I do something wrong and you could just wipe me all over the room. I can't get Evil Eye mad.
Well, seeing how, I feel like everything else in my life is so rough and so hardcore and just we're tough just guy that, when it comes to my relationship, it's definitely the softer side of me, and that's the only person that gets to see that, and everybody else has to see the hard Jessica.
I like that. So, how did you get started, Jessica, in MMA? I mean, how did this whole thing come about for you? Were you into more martial arts or boxing, or did you get into fights in the schoolyard?
Goodness, no. I grew up in Portage County, Ohio, which is a country town. My dad was an auto worker. I had brothers and cousins, and just grew up around the boys and always played sports. I played soccer briefly in college, and I just knew I wanted to continue as an athlete. And I had heard about mixed martial arts back when you could still rent blockbusters from the store, and you could rent the UFCs that they used to have. And I'd rented one when I was a freshman, and then really never paid much attention to it until I was bartending. I was waitressing and doing some bartending, and I happened to serve a table of a couple of the coaches at Strong Style Mixed Martial Arts and Fitness Center, where I'm at now and have been for the past 10 years. And they, were kind of fiery at me and just, kind of made jokes and stuff. Why I gave them the evil eye and said some things to them, and I was like, I'm not scared of you guys, and just kind of fired back at them. And they're like, "Hey, you seem like a really tough chick. You ever heard of martial arts?" And I'm like, "What, like karate?" And they're like, "No, like cage fighting and shoot fighting." And I was like, "I don't know, it sounds cool, And they're like, "Well, you should come down and try it." And started out when I was 19, and I'm 29 now, and I'm fighting in the best organization in the world.
You think you're going to get a shot at the title?
I do. I've made some terrible decisions in fights. I think that when you go back and you look at my career and you see how I fight, I'm extremely tough. No one can finish me. I mean, you can't even. There's things that you see in there, and I've made some bad decisions in my last 2 fights, which caused me the fights. It made me lose in decision, and the title is obviously the main goal, and I know that I am very, very. I have all the tools, and I'm very I'm equipped to be able to get myself there. It's a matter of being in the right state of mind, and for the first time in my life in a long time, I just feel like everything's ready. I'm here this fight week. I'm 4 pounds overweight. I've had the best diet I've ever had, and all the years that I've been fighting, and I feel like things are finally coming to place. I mean, don't they say your 30s are supposed to be your best years?
Yes.
In July, I turned 30, so I'm kind of riding on that right now.
What happens inside the octagon on Sunday?
I've never been the type of person that picks the kind of thing, but I feel a finish. I do. My teammate, is now the heavyweight champ, and he got the finish. I'm very proud of him, and I'd love to follow in his footsteps and be able to. Get that same finish he did.
Well, I'm going to be rooting for you, so I'll be yelling at my TV.
You're the best.
Jessica, best of luck.
Yeah, I love it.
Best of luck this weekend. We'll be rooting for you here in the Capital Region. Take care.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.